Welcome to the Direct Line, the official podcast for OADSP. We're excited to have you here with us today, and if you have comments, suggestions, or if you want to join us in studio as a guest, reach out to me at podcast@oadsp.org. I'm David Rustio, and today I'm meeting with Carly. Welcome to the show, Carly.
Hi, David.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a mom.
Okay.
First of all, I have 3 amazing children. They are not children anymore. They're adults.
Okay.
My daughter is 25. My middle son is 23, and my youngest is 22.
Okay.
Currently, my daughter and her fiance and 2 children are living with us.
Okay.
And my youngest son. My youngest son will be home until he's stable to be on his own, or, deemed otherwise. My 2 grandchildren that live with us, Benjamin is 3, Taylor is 8 months. Mm-hmm. They are my world, my entire world.
Of course.
I also have a granddaughter. She's Nana's princess.
Oh.
Her name is Raina.
Okay.
And she will be a year old next month.
Next month.
Yes.
You have a busy household.
Oh, my God, yes. I do.
Does that make it fun?
Yeah, they are amazing.
Of course.
When I was younger, I always wanted to be a mom. Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Really? So I always wanted to be a mom, and I love kids. Right. I've always loved kids. And I had my daughter very young. I was 18. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't change any of it.
Sure.
People always say, if you could change one thing about your life, what would it be? I don't think I would change any of it.
Okay.
I don't think I would change anything. And grandchildren, they're amazing. They are so much better than kids.
Hopefully your kids won't listen to this.
If they do, they're gonna go,
or they're gonna agree.
Oh yeah.
So you are a direct support professional, right? You're a DSP.
Yes.
Okay. So tell us about that job.
Well, I've been doing that about as long as I've been a mom.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I was 22 when I started here.
Okay.
And they have actually, being in this field, I think helped my parenting. Oh, okay. I think it helped me to understand a lot of things. And being a mom also helped me to understand my work.
Okay.
And how important it is.
Right.
And I'm probably in a handful of people that look at my job as prideful as I do.
Oh.
I'm very proud of my job. I'm proud. I mean, not just proud of myself. I'm proud of what I do.
So talk about that. What about being a DSP brings you so much pride?
Their smiles and knowing that I did that. Like I made a difference if they're sad when they get off the bus during the day, or if they're angry. Sure. That does happen sometimes.
Sure.
I get called sweetie pie every single day.
That never hurts, right?
Oh, that's fun. That's like I could be anything at home.
Right.
My kids could say, "Oh, I hate you." I don't get told that at work.
Right.
I get told, "You know what? I really love you." And I'm like, "Oh, what did I do to deserve that?" And all it was I brought tea on time.
Right.
Brought hot tea on time, and I'm up here on this pedestal like, I'm in there. And some of them are hard eggs to crack.
Well, sure.
Some of them are difficult with their schedules and their routines. Don't break that.
Right. Sure.
But
a lot of folks are that way.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And it's not really difficult to get to know them and understand that they just want things the same way I do.
Right.
They want to live their life.
Yes, and they want to be happy.
Right.
They don't care about health much, but you know, hey,
Eating right.
Yeah.
No, who wants to do that?
Exactly. You offer the healthier alternative, and they're like, no, I want an oatmeal cream pie.
Not my jam.
Yeah. Like, all right.
So, share with us a funny story you have with either with another DSP or with an individual that you serve. You know, just in this field, there are tons of funny stories. Tell us one of yours.
Well, I'm not a very good cook.
Okay.
Okay. I can cook, but it's mostly bland. I'm a boring cook. My kids are always adding, seasonings.
Whatever.
Oh yeah, they add everything to my food. They're like, "Mom, that's gross," and I'm like, "Oh, okay. You liked it when you were a kid? No, we didn't." So at work, I was making pork chops one day.
Okay.
And not too bad. You just put them in the oven or fry them on the pan, whatever. Right. I'm making them, and the one guy, he's super picky. He says, "I'm not eating pork chops." He said, "The last girl that made the pork chops, they were hard, they were gross. I'm not eating them." And I was like, "Will you just try it for me? You know, if you don't like it, that's cool. I can make you mashed potatoes or a baked potato, whatever you want." He says, "Well, I heard you can't cook." And I said, "True, I'm a pretty bad cook. You know, we can add some salt, sour cream, whatever you want on it, ketchup." He says, "Well, I'll try a bite." And this actually just happened like 6 months ago.
Okay.
So we get the pork chops on the plate. He picks it up, and I'm thinking to myself, these are pretty good. Like, how did I do that? Obviously, I can't remember how I did it, but,
Sure.
He takes a bite, and he says, "Oh, that's a pork chop?"
Really?
He said, "That is so good. What did you do to it?" And I said, "Well, it's got Italian dressing on it." And he says, "It's really good." And I said, "Don't tell anybody I can cook that." So now every time I work with somebody else, he looks right at him and says, "Her pork chops make me puke." He said,
"Are you serious?"
Every single time he says, "Her pork chops make me puke."
Even though he loved it.
Oh, yeah. And he'll even ask me, "Can you make the pork chops?" And recently he had all of his teeth removed for a surgery. And he said, when I get my dentures, can you make those pork chops? And I said, "Well, if I'm working, I'll make them." He said, "Oh, no, you're going to make them on a day that you're here." I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "How do you want me to do it?" And he said, "Exactly the same way you made them the one time. And I want homemade gravy too."
Oh.
I was like, "Geez, man, you really want a lot."
So you are a good cook, at least to him.
But I tell him all the time, "Don't tell anybody I can cook."
Well,
You tell anybody I can cook,
and he doesn't.
we ain't doing this.
He says it's gross.
They all tell everybody that my food's gross. They all look at it, they're all like, "Well, Carly cooked. What do you think of it?" And they're like, "It's yuck." Johnny tells me he prefers hot dogs, but he really does prefer hot dogs. So.
Oh, well, then he's just telling the truth.
Yeah.
So you've been a DSP a good while.
Yeah.
So what is the biggest challenge that you faced being a DSP?
Communication.
Okay, and talk about that.
Being with the individuals, you have to understand their line of communication, and that can be hard. Some of them are nonverbal. Some of them can talk loudly, but not very clear. Their words, the speech can be a problem for a lot of them. Some of them have stutters. Some of them just are super quiet, like their esophagus it doesn't work, vocal cords and such. So you have to, you're not just going to go into work and be like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? So-and-so.
Right.
And they're going to have a full-on conversation with you.
Sure.
They might try, and they're trying to speak to you, and you're going to go, "What? What do you mean? What did you say?" So you have to learn that.
Sure.
And not everybody is going to come in knowing exactly what Johnny is saying, because he doesn't speak clearly. Right. But yet I've spent so much time with him, most of what he says I can understand. Right. My other guy, he's not nonverbal, but he's super quiet.
Okay.
And he is hilarious, though. They're all so funny in their own way. Rich has a stutter. And sometimes he's not the nicest.
Okay.
In his words.
Okay.
But super sweet at the same time. You know, some people are going to come in there and go, no, I don't want that. He's mean. He's rude. So.
Right. So are we sometimes.
Right. I mean, we all have bad days. Everybody does.
So, you know, you're right. Everybody communicates differently. And even those of us that aren't considered to have a disability, we all communicate in different ways. And it's really learning each other.
Right. I mean, do you have siblings?
I have 5 sisters, if that counts.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
So do you have any of them that you can look at them across the room and go,
Yes.
And they know what you're talking about?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the whole thing. If you don't have that dynamic, you're not going to get it. You know,
a lot of communication isn't with words.
Right. I mean, you have to know the body language. You have to know just certain things, because sometimes Johnny will come in and he looks sad, but he's not sad. He's just looking around. He might look sad, but he's not. Right. And if you say, well, Johnny, what's the matter? He'll say, oh, Kari, sweet pie. And I'm like, yes, you know, and he just wants a yogurt.
Hey, you know, I'll smile for a yogurt.
Right. So, I mean, I think the communication barrier is the biggest challenge.
So that's, that's one of the tough pieces. What's a great piece of being a DSP?
Oh, God, there's so many. So many. I think the great pieces is like when you have one or two that are tough and you can't get through to them. You can't understand. They just aren't having a good day and not having a good month, and you just, no. And then one day you get a hello or a handshake, or this guy doesn't hug. Well, okay, we're not supposed to hug, so it's okay.
But today he does.
But he hugged me.
Right.
Where did that come from? Those are the great parts.
Yeah.
And knowing that the simple things are what make them happy. I went to a different house and filled in recently. I've worked there probably 10 times.
Did you make pork chops?
Nope.
Okay.
Didn't cook. Somebody else cooked better than me. But I've probably worked there 10 times in my 22 years. And she was going on an outing. And I said, okay, where do I take her? What does she like to do? I barely know her. And they were like, just take her to Walmart or whatever. Sure. Get her a phone case and some pop. I'm like, all right. We get that phone case. And something that I even sent a text to my boss. Something that we look at as, I got a phone case. Woohoo. What a big deal.
Right.
She was so excited. Oh my God, I finally got a phone case that fits my phone, and I'm not going to drop my phone. It's not going to get broke. Oh. And I just sat there for a second and thought, wow.
Your kids aren't as appreciave
Heck no.
of phone case, are they?
Are they ever? They're not. Like, dude, I give you electric. I have internet.
And you get to use that.
Yeah. And she got that phone case and a 12-pack of pop, and that was it.
Happy as could be.
Happy as could be. She was like, you just made my entire week.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. It's that simple. Yeah. And we don't even think. I know there's a lot of us. There's sometimes that we need to be humbled even in what I do every day. And it's not something that I even realize. Sometimes we don't like being pulled to a different house, or don't like going to this house, or, whatever it may be. And that particular day, I didn't want to be moved. Did not want to be moved. I did not feel good. And that changed my entire outlook of the day. It was wonderful. It was great. Right. Of course, then Eric fired me right after that. But
well, I've had individuals fire me before.
Yeah. Apparently, he fires everybody. I don't know.
Okay, well, you're not alone. Oh, thank you so much for being here today. It's nice talking to you.
No problem.
And I hope you have a great week and a great weekend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, and join us next time on The Direct Line.